Everywhere I go, I see his face. I just really miss him.
Oh boy, so yeah, I'ma just come out clean and say, yo, if you use one of these things, it might be banned in Capcom tournaments and Street Fighter 6.
Oh, hell no.
Let's talk about it. This is a leverless controller. Essentially, I switched to leverless controllers because one, I like my hand. I saw how ergonomic it could be for players that play on the Vectrex hitbox, or just a hitbox in general. I like how it feels. I feel more precise on this as well. I don't even care about the cheating jokes and stuff like that. It ain't even really cheating in a way. Some inputs you gotta do extra buttons while you could just do the motion on a normal stick. To be honest with you, in some ways it feels like stick is better than this even, you know? I don't know, maybe that's just me with 1 month of experience. But Capcom said no to some certain inputs that you could do in Street Fighter 6 or in the upcoming Capcom Pro Tour for 2023. And if it registers simultaneously up and down inputs, your stick might be banned. If you don't know what SOCD means in terms of hitbox, arcade sticks, stuff like that in controllers, I got you right now. Simultaneous opposite cardinal directions. That is what SOCD means. So Capcom came out and said, notice a rule change. In anticipation of the 2023 season, Capcom has made the decision to update the Capcom Pro Tour rules in relation to leverless controllers. This was done to address consistency and fairness concerns. I feel like this is weird because a lot of other games, like, it don't matter. You still gotta learn how to use it, you know? I just don't see it personally, but here's the clickbait people ain't talking about, bro. The rule change does not expressly prohibit the use of leverless controllers. However, any controller that registers an input with two directionals or depressed must be updated to comply with the new rule. As this may affect many players, we're making this announcement prior to updating the Capcom Pro Tour 2023 official tournament rules. The full set of rules will be made available at a later date. This rule change only also affects tournaments and competitors sponsored by Capcom. Now let me explain why this is a problem though. Shout out to Rushdown V3. We're gonna use his thread because there's been a lot of misinformation and dooming about the hitbox ban. So I don't think it's all that bad, to be honest with you. But for right now, without any updates, if you just got an out of the box hitbox with no updates and changes, you might not be able to use it on Street Fighter 6 and Capcom Pro Tour official tournaments. Who knows? Reading the thread, like I said, he says the SOCD simultaneous opposite cardinal directions cleaner is there to tell the game what to do when you press opposite directions at the same time, left and right, up or down. This rule change would mean that the type of SOCD cleaning is illegal and everyone will have to update to one where up plus down is neutral instead of up. Left and right will remain unchanged. The reason they can't do this in game is that most hitbox using the SOCD cleaner before the game ever sees your input. So the game can't see a difference between up plus down and up. It just sees up. Now, here's the kicker. For the hitbox players, you might be happier. Now, as for what this means for hitbox players, basically nothing is negative. Your flash kick will be 1 to 2 frames slower. You'll still be faster than stick pad, however, most likely, because you will be charging faster and travel time between the directions will still be less. So if you was planning on playing Guile, you're probably still gonna cook with Guile when the game come out if you on hitbox. Potentially, shout out to Rushdown. He pretty much says, yo, this is gonna lead to opening up to a whole bunch of other layers of stuff returning, such as 636 inputs and a lot of other shortcuts for fighting games. So pretty much, I will say that these companies have been coming out and saying like, yo, we will be working on buffing and updating hitboxes to apply to this rule change for Street Fighter 6. Nobody want to miss out on Street Fighter 6, the biggest fighting game coming out in the next couple months. That would just be bad business on these companies not to comply to this. I like Hitbox for standing out and believing in what they stand for though. Don't get me wrong. Number two, there's have been reportings that this helps hitbox players in other ways. So it just creates more problems. It's like how in Smash Bros, where people will be like, yo, nerf Luigi or buff Luigi. If you buff Luigi, you make him too strong. Every time they try to do something to Luigi back then, he gets something new and he become more annoying. You know, so all the people that been like, I don't want to get too deep into is hitbox cheating or not and stuff like that, because from my experience, you still have to do extra button presses in very different ways than you normally would have to do even on a controller or a normal arcade stick. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you subscribe for all things fighting games and JRPGs. It's your boy Avataryaya. You guys are golden, and that is raw. Squalla, peace, and I'm out.